Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. G'day, ladies and gents. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, and as always, a very good evening. Hope you're all doing well. On this Friday fun day, we're gonna have a bit of fun on the charts today. Do some analysis, see what we can come up with moving forward. Continue on. What's been a really good week again? It's been a really solid week. It's been a really good month after what was a slow start. I fought back really well. I just stuck to the plan as always, and the rest is followed. So welcome everyone from the YouTube and from TikTok. I do apologize once again, my camera, not sure what the deal is, can't get it working on TikTok at the moment, but nonetheless, great to have you. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Let's have a look first of all at the news. There's a bit to come moving forward today. So we do have, for the US dollar, we do have core PCE. So PCE is the major measure of inflation for the Fed, not the Fed. Now, that is predicted to come out less than the previous. So maybe that suggests that inflation might be coming out under control, which could lead to potential softening in the stance from the Fed. So therefore, potential chance of rate cuts moving forward. So if that is to come out as forecast or even less than forecast, then even better as far as inflation or the control of inflation, which would then lead to a potential weakness in the US dollar, which would obviously shift gold and the majors to the upside. So we'll have to pay attention to that. To those of you who might be trading into NY session, that is 30 minutes into NY session today, to bear in mind we have some big high impact news to come, and it will be a big one. So expect some movement from that. Is there anything else moving forward? Just some orange fold news, so just be wary of that. But the main one is obviously that core PCE for the US dollar. So it's something to definitely focus on around that time of day. But anyway, guys, personally today took one trade already. Absolute burler. Easy trade here. As per the analysis I sent into the VIP group for the Asian session, was looking for price to come back down to, and this is how simple I break it down, to level C. Look for my calcium price action level C, which is what I got. Bullish engulfing, simple entry. Got the 10, went to break even, rest was history. Secured most of it. It was a small position nonetheless, but still good trade. So we'll go over obviously both GJ, gold, and any other requests as per the viewers. In the meantime, guys, let's get cracking. Let's get into it. Smash the like button. YouTube, make sure to smash that like button. TikTok, smash the screen, and let's get cracking. Looking at GJ to begin, so we can see the current weekly candle once again. Everyone is waiting for this thing just to pull back and make a big pullback and melt. I've said all along, this whole big move to the upside, it does not, yes, eventually it will, but there is no catalyst to just sell it right now. We need to patiently wait for that confirmation that we may have a bit of a pullback. And all week we continue to form higher lows, higher highs on the daily candles. The current weekly strong bullish candle, once again, that suggests to me pullbacks. Look for support to form to buy it, or buyers above the high upon continuation. For me, seeing it's a Friday, seeing we have a really strong bullish candle, higher high, higher low, I only have one trade of thought in mind as far as direction I want to be trading in, and that is to the upside. I'm only going to be looking for buys today as per my new rule on Fridays. Now onto the daily time frame. As I said all week, look at this: higher lows, higher highs. Weak bullish closure, but still high low, high high, followed by another pretty strong bullish closure. Yesterday was a weak closure, but high low, higher high. Current candle, higher low, higher high. I mean, nothing yet suggests to me that we're going to make a deeper correction, a pullback at all. What would give me the confidence that maybe we will eventually do so is if we maybe close back a bearish candle and bearish engulfing, for instance, a strong bearish candle. And what we're likely going to do is potentially a new monthly candle, seeing it is the last trade day of the month, create that lower wick, maybe close a weekly candle back bearish. That could be potentially the lowest point of that new monthly, before we head up maybe in line with the strength of that previous monthly, not monthly, and continue to the upside. So that's just a little bit of like a future sort of directional bias, what I'd be looking at. So we are bullish onto the 4 hour. We are bullish obviously as well. Once again, it's been a bit of a trickle. I'm just going to mark in the most recent resistance at the highs. As far as support, we've got support just here, not far below the current level, kind of consolidating up near 203, 203.60 and 203.20 roughly. So below that level, it does look really pretty clean on the 4 hour. Once again, I'm not interested in selling it today. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, I can just adjust this now, and very simple. What I want to see today, either a price pop back down, now preferably all the way back down to sweep the lows of pretty much the, well, actually the Asian session lows are down here, so come back down towards the current daily candles low. Even if it actually does break the low only to pop back above, doesn't necessarily need to break it, but I'd like it to come back down to that level, grab that more, some more liquidity, form a support, look for my catalyst within price action to take a potential buy back up towards the current weekly candles high. Now aside from that, obviously we are trending still, we are still to the upside. If we do approach the highs and begin to pop above, nice strong closures towards the high, or preferably closure above, and I would be looking for my buy options moving forward on GJ. So buys from either above the high or back at support. What I might do is just drag this up a little bit, incorporate that level. I think that's fine there, that's fair. So buys above the support or buys above the resistance on GJ. Hopefully that's understood, guys. Make sure to hit like button, let me know. TikTok, I appreciate you guys for joining. I'll get to all questions and get to both chats shortly, so g'day to one and all. But let's have a look at gold before London Open. We've got 15 minutes until the opens. Gold's made a nice move. It's respecting that level that I wanted it to see before it was to hit back up. All right, now on to the weekly. So as mentioned on GJ, I'm playing off on the back wall in line with the back of the strength of the current weekly candle. Gold, it's different because obviously the current weekly has a lower high, lower low to the previous. However, it is forming now at this stage a weak bullish candle, which it still could potentially flip back bearish. So it's a little bit of an indecision sort of candle on the weekly. So hard to make much of that, but what I can see is price has tapped into this support here to the left and bounced off it really strongly. Looking at yesterday's candle, look at that, really strong bullish engulfing candle. So based off this candle itself, that is going to give me the direction that I preferably want to be trading in today, and that is going to be to the upside. So once again, once I go down to the more so the 30-minute, but the 4 hour as well, I can determine what sort of levels I could look for price to pull back to, like I did earlier today for pre-Asian session analysis, and then potentially playing buys from those levels or maybe upon continuation. So structure wise, we do remain bullish on the daily time frame. We also got that daily candle closing bullish engulfing. Let's just mark in a 50 anyway, just to see if that does actually line up with a level on the 4 hour or M30 as a potential level price could pull back to form a little bit more, to grab a little bit more liquidity from the market before it heads back up in line with direction of the previous daily. On to the 4 hour. Now this is the only time frame that technically remains bearish. We just created a high. Now if we, looks like we're forming another support, we have 2 hours to wait for that confirmation. We do so, begin to pop above. We've got this resistance to the upside, so it's not the cleanest area of traffic on gold. Just gonna mark in this level of support. If you drag that across, it lines up really nicely with previous price action to the left hand side, so I think it's relevant to include that bearish wick, and that is going to be my zones now on the 4 hour. I mean, you've got that as well onto the M30, and now you can just basically adjust that. All right, so looking at the gold just now, guys, above 23.31, we've got clean traffic. At that point there, it's likely to come back up towards the high of that 4 hour resistance, as long as you got the margin, which you would if it just closes just above. But if it creates the move within the catalyst candle, it's a different story obviously. But I'd be looking for buys above the resistance, so buys above 23.31 roughly, buys above, Now, as we've done all day, we'll come back down to respect this support. So if we do pull back just now, form a support above that 23.20 yet again, I'd be looking for my Xauusd price action to buy it from the support as well. Now, having said that, I feel gold sells are more likely in GJ sells today. Based off the weekly, based off the fact that the weekly has that lower high, lower low, I feel potentially we could still reject. And seeing we've now popped back down to retest the Asian lows, the current daily candles low twice and bounced off it. If we were to pop back down yet again and actually begin to close below that point there, I feel that would be a strong enough catalyst to look for a sell to take it back down towards that minor support, which lines up with the previous 50% the previous daily candle. So that could be a potential option to look for the sell below that level there, 23.1910 roughly. So I'll just put it in. And that is pretty much it on gold. Maybe would consider a sell from this resistance. Price try to break above it, only to close back below it, but that would require some strong catalyst within price action if I was to look for a trade based off that. So that is my opinion moving forward on both GJ and gold, guys. Hopefully it makes sense. Let me know what you guys think. Once again, Friday, we chill, we plan, we rate, we react if and when the time comes. If not, we just chill, talk shit, have a bit of fun. So hope you've all had a really good week. We've got 9 minutes and 40 seconds roughly until London Open. So in the meantime, let me say good day to the chat. Clarksonization, good morning to you. Hope you're Vishal. Clarksonization, you're an Aussie, are you not? If you are, good afternoon to you. Vishal, good morning to you, or early afternoon. Franco, good morning, man. Hope you're well. Ian, good morning, brother. Sexy, good morning to you. Tommy, good morning, man. Dot, good morning to you, sister. Hope you're well. Smash the like straight away. I appreciate it. Carl F, morning to you. Abhishek, we'll take a look at BTC for you for sure. It's something I'm keeping more of an eye on with a plan to trade it moving forward. Trizza, W, that's it. Always a W. Not trading, we're learning. And this week has been absolute perfect. Been a really great end to the month. 4 wins, including one today and 1 break even. So it's been a really, really good month. Nice analysis, Dawn. Thank you. Franco, guys, hit the like button. That'd be much appreciated. Tony Gold, brother. Hope you're well. Chris O, morning to you. And the main man, one of the main men, Steve Dean. Good day to you, brother. Great, as always, to see your name pop up in the chat. Hope you are doing well. So for today, the Zoom call, I'm gonna throw it into the free Discord group for today. You guys know the deal. If you want to join, make sure you are watching on another device, the YouTube stream, just to show some love for the stream, some support for the stream, and you're more than welcome to join the Zoom call. So just let me set that up. One moment, guys, and I will have a look at BTC next. TikTok, good day to everyone on the TikTok stream as well. Appreciate you guys for joining. All right, so let's quickly have a look at the beast that is Bitcoin. Let's do some top-down analysis on it as well. So not enough time to do it. Looking at the weekly time frame, and that is a still once again very strong level that it is bouncing off at the moment. It is a bearish candle, obviously weak. I would call that weak bearish. So still a couple of days left of the weekly candle, and like I mentioned the last few days, it will not surprise me if we do end up pulling back and break the high, seeing we are at a really strong level. And if there are going to be buys at this level, expect there to be a fair bit of liquidity waiting to be filled to push price back up on the buy side potentially. Looking at a daily time frame, structure wise, does remain bullish from this big impulse to the upside. We've got some consolidation of previous support, so for me, think it's the same as yesterday. It's definitely going to be looking for buys above that 4-hour level and a daily consolidation level. So buys above that level there, 100%. Got support, most recent support at this point here. Below it, you got some pretty clean traffic. So Bitcoin, it's going to be some nice levels to trade it, I feel. Structure wise, it is bearish on the 4-hour. So we've got weekly bearish, 4-hour bearish. M30 now has flipped bullish. By the looks of it, bullish as long as it remains above this point here. So what I would prefer to see on Bitcoin right now is for price to either pull back to this level, just marking just now in blue, 61,180 roughly, form a support above that level there to look for the buy options, take it back up. Now if we start to close below it, remember the weekly is currently forming a bearish candle. So if we do start to close below, maybe we're just rejecting that, well, obviously we will be rejecting that higher time frame resistance. Perhaps just grab enough liquidity from that level, and if we begin to pop below this support, tap back in, reject it, then once I got the confirmation of 30-minute structure flipping bearish below 61,111 to be exact, I would look for the sell options below that point there to take it back down, as long as you got the margin to take it back down to 60.80. And obviously below that level there is a lot cleaner for the sell options moving forward. So sells below that point there as well. At least at that point there, you've got the 30-minute, you've got the 4-hour structure bearish, you've got the weekly candle forming bearish. So right now we're right in the middle. Further options would be, so aside from the buys from support, sells from the resistance, and buys above the resistance. Very simple analysis on Bitcoin. I'll probably just adjust this up a little bit, and I would say I want price to tap into that level. So rejections of 62.20. It's a psychological round number as well, so rejections of that level there, and closures above the resistance. We have some pretty clean traffic to the left as well, so closures above 62.50 roughly for a potential buy. And that is my opinion of Bitcoin. Make of that what you will. Once again, I will start to keep more of an eye on it, with a plan to trade it live moving forward into the future. So my focus, I'd say it'd be GJ, in all honesty. I'd say likely GJ. But again, there's no rush, guys. Especially if you had a good week, the last thing you want to do is just undo your hard work on a lousy Friday with some high impact news to come. So just be wary of that. Tony, amazing and great motivation. 100%, my friend. Ian, would you trade BTC the weekend, or is it no volume? Not too sure. I think I've done it in the past. I'm sure I've done it in the past on a small Bybit account. It's a little bit all over the shop, the volume. I don't feel it would take as much to move the markets, obviously, over the weekend. So it's a bit more erratic, the movements. I'm not too familiar with it over the weekend. To be honest, I just trade at the same times to trade Forex. But yeah, something to, obviously I'll keep a bit of an eye on if I'm on the charts over a weekend. All good, buddy. All good. I burnt the crap out of my mouth this morning. I'm trying to have a warm drink just now. It's not good. It hurts. It really hurts. So how's the week been, guys? Let me know. How's it been going? If you had a good one, now's the time to talk yourself up. If you've had a shit one, now's the time to admit to it. Always good to hold yourself accountable. Got just under 2 minutes until session open. But I was scoffing down hot breakfast this morning. I was running late to get to the warehouse. I had a few things to do, and I burnt the whole entire up part of my mouth, and it's yeah, it's nasty. Always do stupid shit like that. I'll do some GU analysis as well, guys, just after London Open. Just want to see what happens at the Open. So there's nothing for me on GJ just now. We're below the resistance. And gold, I mean, if I was to look for any sell, it's not a very convincing closure on the M30. And look at the 15 minutes, a strong closure, and we're at resistance, so it's going to be difficult buying it. For the time being, I think I'm going to just have to chill, wait. And let's see how London session open candle prints. And we'll see if we're at any levels after that for a potential option. All right, gonna make it a gettable target today. There you go, there's the poll, guys. So we got London Open, guys. Let us know who's in trades. Anyone in trades right now? Likes on the station, got here too early. Yeah, must have been. Sorry, man. Late on Fridays. Yeah, I don't have any lofty targets like, as far as the like totals. Just a small stream, so I'm quite content with 50's a milestone these days. 45 would be great, because it's a little bit of a shorter stream on Friday. But Tony, at the moment, Carl F, I do not blame you, as am I. So, gold buy earlier today was pretty much right at lunchtime, when I had a little bit of a chance to scope the charts. And like a surprise, tapped into the exact level I had drawn in, and I had a strong catalyst candle, signal candle, bullish engulfing. That was enough to suggest to me we do break, likely going to head up. What happened was this candle popped up a little bit, popped back down to create a tiny lower wick, hardly any of a lower wick, but to me it was still enough. If it broke again, it was likely going to make enough to get me to TP1, which is what it did. And yeah, it was a pretty simple trade. Frank, buy on GJ is still on UCAD. Alright, so buy on GJ. Oh, it looks like you're in single profits. Nice one. Sell on UCAD. See, it's easier said than done after the fact, but if this was not a Friday, I would have considered selling GJ as it tapped in without the lower wick. It's got a tiny lower wick, but basically none at all. Franco and I last night on a private call, on a members call, VIP, which is very new. There was only Franco was the only one that was out of the members available. Franco was the only one around, and we saw this play out a few times actually. I think it was on gold from memory. Tapped in, rejected, gave about 15-20 pips, easy entry, but didn't take it because we weren't really focusing too much on actually taking the trades at that point. But similar on GJ potentially, but it's in a big uptrend as of Friday. Very risky. Mr. Phil, good morning to you. Good morning to you, my friend. Hope you're well. Not sold gold at this level a few minutes ago. Tight stop. Let's see. May have been too soon. Yeah. I mean, as far as a level, it's a pretty solid level. It's held on multiple occasions. As far as a catalyst, I don't see it. But I am aware you've come from a different background. Maybe you have your catalyst, so that's fine. USD CAD, and then I'm going to take a look at GU. So you're in a sell in USD CAD. All right, so that looks like the direction you want to be in right now. I mean, although it is bullish, definitely is bullish, so just be careful. I'm gonna be too greedy. I'm hoping you're in from the highs, and if that is to be the case, I hope you're trailing your stop loss into profit, or you've secured something because you're out of support in an uptrend. Let's look at the weekly candle. So basically on the last day of the week, I could pretty much just trade based off the weekly and the 30-minute levels, 30-minute and 4-hour levels, but 30 minutes your catalyst time frame. 30 minutes what gives you a signal in price action to take a trade. So based off that, I'd probably be on the side of looking to buy it, to be honest. Buy it upon a pullback. But like I said, hopefully you're in from the highs, and that means you're, you know, in a good position. All right, GU. Great, CP on gold, 203,548. The highs, or just below the highs. You probably tapped in if that was your entry. All right, sorry, got sidetracked. GU. Literally an advert just came on, then only got the end of what you said. Oh, really? I have no idea what the deal is with these advertisements tonight. Answer from 5 minutes. Oh, okay, yep, I did mention that. I understand you come from a different background, so although I don't have my catalyst, maybe you have your catalyst to take an entry. So I wish you luck. Anyway, back to GU. Sorry, keep getting sidetracked. Let's do top down analysis. Looking at the weekly. So current weekly lower high, lower low is forming bearish, but it's still near its open. Based off that, I'm probably going to need to go down to the daily to see what that would give me as far as the previous daily for my direction today. And that is a bullish candle, but it's not a convincing bullish candle because that's a weak candle, which suggests to me if we begin to break the low of that candle, I have just grabbed liquidity from the upside at this previous support here to the left, rejected, ended up closing back below the most recent support to the left. We break the low of that previous daily candle. What we can see is we're also breaking the low of the current weekly candle. We've also got some clean traffic to the left hand side. With the news to come later, anything could happen. Obviously it will affect GU being a major, being a USD pair, so it's not out of the question. Structure wise, it actually is bearish on the daily. The 4 hour is also technically bearish. Current candle is trying to engulf the previous. Won't have that confirmation though until 1 hour and 50, just under 1 hour and 53 minutes time. But structurally, it technically is bearish. Does have a high, low as in terms of candle probabilities. Marking resistance, most recent one is this point here. Change that to gray. As far as support, I have this level in just here below that level. Some clean traffic as we can see. So that's your 4 hour range on GU. Now onto the 30-minute time frame, and that is also bearish. So it's bearish across the board. So therefore today I would be looking for sells, and the options for me would be, this is how simple I would make trading today. You've got either A, B, whoops, or C, as levels that price could potentially pull back to. to look for your custom price action to potentially sell it. Very simple. Obviously, A is the most logical level because it's the most recent level. It's the closest level. So if you're looking for sells from that point there, if it does pull back and reject. However, we could just create a lower high at this point here. I would say, and this, I mean, Franco, you from yesterday from MY, the GU sell you took, it was a nice win. We were discussing. This looks basically the exact same right now. If this closes a strong bearish candle, it's pretty much the exact same as yesterday. So what I'd be looking for just now is go down to the 15. You can see you got a bit of minus support just here. If price was to start to close below this minus support, then what the chances are, the probabilities are at that point there, that price is going to make a clean move back down or a move back down towards the most recent support below the current level. So I'd be waiting for right now for this to eventuate, preferably on a 30-minute though. Have a 30-minute closure below. Wait for an upper wick to form on the following candle, and then I'll be looking for the sell option. That is what I'd be looking at on GU. Hopefully that makes sense. Aside from that, are there any other entries below this support? You've definitely got some clean traffic as well. So sells below current daily candles low would also make sense in my opinion. So it's a matter of either sells below level A, B, C, or below current daily candles low upon continuation down to the support at the current weekly candles low. Hopefully that makes sense. Let me know, guys. Hit the like button. And TikTok, don't feel shy to ask questions, say g'day. Franco, yep, exactly. Very similar, doesn't it? Looks very similar to yesterday's trade. Now, with the analysis I sent into the VIP, I try to make it as clear cut as possible, fully labeled, and I'm going to try to do that now for every session, along with video updates for the majority, not every session, but the majority, where I fully labeled level A, look for this to play out. I want price to tap into level B before an entry on at level A, or so on and so forth. So really trying to break it down to make it as simple to follow as possible. All right, gold pushing back up. Right, JJ still popping up. All good. No dramas. Now, impulse entries for me are not valid. We're coming from too far back in the range below, from below the resistance. Let's just measure it and see how far we have to travel in order just to break that level. So from the open, let me measure that again. From the open, well, actually, let's measure it from the low. It's not much below the open, but just to tag you into trade now, Just remember you have to account for spread, which is about a pip and a half, 2 pips for most people. You're looking about 18 pips for it to travel from the lowest point in this candle, just to get involved in an impulse entry. At that point, you've got to consider there's only 16 minutes left. So we've printed the best part 15 minutes of the current candle. In the next 16 minutes, what you're anticipating is that price is going to make the move to push up, give you that first TP before it may pull back to retest that zone. So in my opinion, what I'd rather do is wait for it to prove that this is going to be a catalyst, wait for it to close above, then look for the retest. If it's going to retest and reject, there's a potential entry as it begins to break the catalyst candles high. If it's going to retest and only to pop back down, you're spared an entry. So once again, free education, guys. Smash the like button. I do this, you know, for nothing. I give you guys heaps of value for nothing on a daily. And thank you to the gentlemen so far who have joined, only gentlemen, of not being sexist, who have joined so far the VIP. So I appreciate you guys. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to release a bit of a schedule for how things are going to run moving forward over the weekend, likely. So I'm looking forward to getting underway. It all pretty much begins next week. And also, to those of you who missed the stream yesterday, I announced there will be some giveaways. The big one will be a funded challenge that will be drawn at the end of July. But I do pay attention to who's on the stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it like a lottery system. Certain people, not because of a bias, just because I appreciate their show of support on the daily, will get multiple entries. So if you do watch regularly and you are active, I will show a show of appreciation. I'll give you more of an opportunity. Vishal? All good, brother. All good. Just it's actually a pleasant day here in Melbourne today. It wasn't cold for a change, considering it's winter. It's actually quite mild. I spent the most part down in the warehouse. It was okay, mate. Can't complain. Could have been a lot worse. Weekend, same old thing. When I'm here, help out the old family. So we're an aging family, so I'm the youngest of the boys. We all help the old lady at the moment. Seeing the old man's not pretty much, he's retired, so his responsibility is to take care of the dog. But as long as he's healthy, that's the main thing. But yeah, looking forward to getting some things done for the VIP as well over the weekend. Getting some of that sorted. Yeah. Hope you're well. Hope you had a good day, and hope you have a good weekend too. Frank, 2 people sitting. GJ, only just. Nice one. It's now rejecting, is it? Yeah, look at that. Wow. So, actually, I give away a lot. I give away too much. But Franco, you're probably seeing what I'm seeing. Look where it's rejected. And anyone in VIP, don't worry, you'll get to know all this shit. I'll spoon feed you as much as I possibly can. Look at that. That is perfect. That's a thing of beauty. But I'm so rule based on a Friday. Not interested. Not interested. A new way to use a VIP, guys. But again, some of that's got to be kept for the members. Vishal, can we do a BTC stream on the weekend? Yeah, I don't feel like it's necessary, to be honest. Let me watch BTC more for the time being. And then once again, maybe moving forward in the future. But my weekends are quite busy as it is, so at this stage, I'm not going to bother doing a weekend BTC stream. But possibly in the future, who knows? Never say never. Hoye, good to see you. I'm a trucker and I listen as I drive. Can't really be active, but I'm here. All good, man. I'll write your name down right now because I've recognized your name. I've seen your name on the stream regularly, and I appreciate your support. So I will ensure you that you have multiple chances as well. Written your name down. Santos, I'll write down your surname as well in case there are multiple people with the same first names. I do appreciate your support on the roads. Frustrating thing to be on the roads. I get shitty when I'm stuck driving home for like half an hour, 40 minutes in traffic. Brian, it's right now it's $35 US, and now if you join before July 31, sorry, before the end of next month, if you use the code OGVIP, you will remain on that price moving forward as long as you want to be involved. After that, the price automatically shifts to $50 US, which is still very competitive. I had a look at some of the competition, and I'm actually cheaper than every one of them that I look at. But if you'd like to know more, just send me a DM. Franco, maybe potential sales on G. Yep, similar to yesterday. Correct. Looks like identical to what we were looking at on MY during the MY session yesterday. Absolutely identical. Where was it? It was here. Very, very similar. If you're looking at these two areas, look at that one. Look at this one. Very similar. So now if you get that strong bearish, preferably bearish engulfing candle, that's your signal. So yeah, definitely wait. Break, GJ. Yeah. Rejection. And once again, I'm loving that. I love seeing that. Even though I'm not in it, I absolutely love it. Because my plan today is buys. Irrespective of as much as a sell might present right now on GJ, my plan's buys. And gold, I've got the option to sell it because the current weekly count is a little bit indecisive. Brian on TikTok, VIP access, as I mentioned, was right now. There's a discount code. It's easier to find it in the YouTube. It's in the description below on the YouTube stream. Right now, so the actual access is $50 US a month, but if you use up until July 31st, you use code OGVIP, you get 30% off. So you'll be paying $35 US a month, and for as long as you want to remain a member. For anyone else who joins after July 31, it will be 50. So Still be worth it though, in all honesty. You wait and see what sort of attention I'm going to give you guys. I don't usually do Thursdays NY, but yesterday, straight away. Straight into it. I knew that none of the members who have joined already would be trading Asian session today. Still did the analysis because you can still learn if I post it in there what I'm looking at, my thoughts. You can have a read of it. I point like step-by-step points what I want to see at certain levels, just so it gives you the picture of what I look for. Definitely a committed man to helping. And definitely when it comes to patience, that's for sure. No one has problems with emotions and overtraining. Hit me up. Monty, GJ, buys. All about the buys today. Reason being that not gonna buck the trend on a Friday. It could close back a bearish candle and I'm not in a sell, that's fine. But it has been straight bullish all week. We've had 5 candles in a row. Closing bullish, higher highs, higher lows. Well, 5, and you got 6 candle forming now since last Friday. You've got 6 candle forming now, high, low, high, high. So I'm just gonna trade in the same direction of the daily. So it's a matter of buying above the high or buying it upon a pullback to support, and that's pretty much it. You could now look for potentially buys above 203.25. I mean, that's a psychological quarter number and round number as well. Quarter number, not round number. But again, being a Friday, I'd rather just wait and see if it comes right back down to that 4 level. And if it did so, then look for my color swing price action. Not just simply wait patiently. You must be happy, Frank, because if it tapped in, rejected, at least you got your target hit. Silver going up, not a fan of that, to be honest. When I have an investment, I want it to go down, in all honesty, so I can accumulate more. If it's a long-term investment, I don't want it to keep going up. I want it to keep dropping. I think that's one that, when it comes to investments, I think that's one of the problems a lot of people have is, again, it's emotional. You see something dropping, you know, oh, shit, maybe I should get out of it. You should be really thinking the opposite. This is another opportunity to buy more at a discount rate. It's like when something's on sale in the shops. You got one, your normal brand of milk is, you know, 30% off or something. You're going to snap it up every day of the week. Same as your favorite investment. If that's at a discount, for me, I'm going to snap it up and not shit the bed and just sell everything. Gold, very indecisive, and that could be because the news. Once again, big news day for gold. It's the primary indicator of inflation. So like I said before, it's expected to be less than previous, expected to be a softening in terms of the cost of to produce goods. So measures goods and services target towards consumers by individuals. So that used to be the case. Then what it's likely suggesting is inflation may be softening, maybe slightly starting to come under control. Still well off the target though, and potential that could lead to potential rate cuts moving forward. So look out for that. If that is to be the case, look out for potential strength in gold and the majors against the US dollar. Frank agree with buys on GJ. Been in a small lot swing trade since yesterday morning. Entry 202.777, TP 204.20. Okay, nice one. Not too sure why you've got that as a target. You might be able to elaborate, but it's hard because you don't really have any data. You've got to go back to 2008 since price is last at this level. So hopefully you're just trailing your stop loss in profit. I'm sure you are. VIP does include signals as well, guys. Not that I'm going to be calling him left, right, and center. I'm just going to be me. So if I see it, I'll call it. If I see it while I'm off stream, I'll call it. But I'm not going to sit on the computer for 5 to 8 hours a day looking for random signals to call. Frank was based on one. Oh, okay. You couldn't see any recent data. That's fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, like so, as long as you're trailing your stop in profit. We got the 30-minute closure. Relatively strong closure, but still no Xauusd just yet. How's that 15-minute candle? Gold closed back bearish. Let's look at the 15-minute. All right, so still above the support. How about GU? No, it's closed back opposite direction, so GU is not going to play out for a sell at the moment. Steve, you're a legend. Not that you had to. You're in at your neck right now, my friend. You're a YouTube member and a VIP member, so I appreciate you. Always do. Still owe you a fair bit too. Owe you a bit of time, so we'll work it all out. I'll grant you access after the stream. It should do it automatically. I have no idea why it's not actually doing it. It must be something the bot, the WAP bot. It is installed. It's in the VIPs and moderator. It's on top of the list, so that should give it full access, but must have done something wrong. But I can grant you access manually. And guys, that's the other option. For those of you who aren't too worried about having a group experience, but want a group to actually trade with live, then the other option is tier 2 YouTube. And that is about $10 a month. And what that does is give you access to all the MY calls, which will be, like I said, minimum twice a week, but likely 3, sometimes 4 times a week. And it'll also give you access to some educational content and some private posts. So that isn't the other option. That's tier 2 of the YouTube membership. Yeah. Steve, once again, thank you. I appreciate it. All right. GJ threatening to break. Let's just watch this on. First of all, let's see if it breaks. And then if it does, we might go down to the 1 minute and see if there's something we can come up with. Right, current stop loss behind today's low at the moment. Okay, as long as you're accepting of that, and because I know you're another Aussie boy, so I try to, before you go to bed, at least maybe wrap it up before the weekend finishes, or get to a point where you got your stop loss safely in profit. All right, tricky on gold. No lower wick, hardly any upper wick on the current candle, so not the cleanest. If this 15-minute closes below, potentially could be options. Brian, when you get a chance, can you quick analysis on you? Yeah, most definitely. Thinking about longing. Yeah, you probably should be in a long just now if you're thinking about it, based off that purely price action signal. But aside from that, it's actually bearish. I can see in the M30, but you're in some pretty clean traffic. You've got a long wick to the downside of previous candle, still closing back above this most recent support, closing up near its high. That's, to me, suggests grab liquidity from the consolidation, the range below. And what it's likely to do is high probability new candles is going to open up, small low wick, and continue to see upside to potentially tap into 107 or 10 roughly. But let's quickly look at it on down time frame. So the weekly, very similar gold, is actually pulling back to form bullish, but has a lower high, lower low to the previous candle. So hard to know what to make of that. Not the clearest. Daily structure wise, it is bearish. So you got that to the downside as well. So that's a little bit conflicting to the direction you want to be trading in. Not much you can make of the previous daily candle as well. It's bullish but long wick to the upside. 4 hour, very similar, is now engulfing, so similar to GU I think it was. Won't have that confirmation until now in 24 minutes time, but potentially creating a higher low now. And the 30-minute is, yeah, it is breaking. Has it actually flipped back bullish? No, it hasn't. That's the lowest point still, so it won't flip back bullish till closure above that point there. So for me right now, if you're not in the buys, you're a little bit late. I'd be looking for rejection to sell it. Rejection of 107.10 and look to take a sell back down. That's what I'd be looking at. Brian, all good, man. All good. DJ still respecting that resistance, the high of the current daily candle. Franco, EU and GU may be rejecting at the same time. Yeah, potentially. Both approaching similar levels. So you can see on GU, very similar price action to EU. So as I mentioned before, on GU today, I'd only be focused on selling it, and it's a matter of what level, A, B, or C. And so the next target will be for rejection of level B. And like I said multiple times, the way I trade, it may not be as exciting or exhilarating as some of the others, but it's so clear as to what you're looking at. It's so easy to follow. It takes out the if but maybe type of scenario when it comes to trading. DJ rejecting again. Stubborn area. Let's watch gold. Gold could be potentially the focus moving forward. Now, gold, I want it to be a strong closure. I don't want it to leave a long wick to the downside. Because that to me suggests we're still consolidating. We're not really clearing this level. We're not clearing this support. I want it to be closing right near its low. Then look for price to tap back into that support, reject it, and then look for an entry. Potentially as it breaks the low of the catalyst candle. But a catalyst and the rule I'd be seeing right now is has to close right near its low in the next 5 minutes. And then I will consider a sell. And a very small position. Friday. Never go all out on a Friday. The trade I took today on gold during the Asian session was about a third of a normal risk, roughly. GJ, look at that. It's in one of those moods. Once again, also guys, let's take a look at the monthly. Not looked at it monthly. Today's the last train day of the month, so be wary of that as well. So looks like it's closing up near its high. Strong bullish candle, obviously high, low, high, high. Looking at the monthly, wow, look at that. You've had now, since the beginning of this year, you've had straight bullish candles with high highs, high lows. Every single candle that resembles the same as the daily time frame right now. Very similar. So you got to be a brave man trying to sell into that without the right confirmations. And I'm not saying wait for a monthly candle to close back bearish. You have to wait way too long for that, aren't you? But at least wait for like a daily, slightly higher time frame. Wait for something to suggest that maybe you're going to make more of a pullback, because at this stage nothing suggests to me that we're ready to do so. And we don't trade based on emotions and what we feel. We trade on based on what we see, what the data prints in front of us. So that's the monthly on GJ, a very strong candle. Let's go to gold. All right, showing signs of exhaustion on the monthly on gold. So I mean, based off the back of that, moving forward into the new month, this is a sign of potential reversal. We've had multiple candles now, long wicks to the upside. Not yesterday's, last month's candle closing back a weak bullish candle. Current candle likely to close a doji. I mean, it could make a bit of a move from the news to come later on. But based off that, we've begun to break the low of the current monthly candle on the following candle, and then I feel there's a high probability that perhaps we will make a bit of a stronger pullback. Doesn't mean we're all of a sudden coming back down to the 2000 level. Could we? Potentially. Who knows? I mean, it could be a catalyst red swan event or something. Black swan event, sorry. Red swan, black swan event, red big, which you know, provides a big red candle. But no one knows. But based off price action itself, it does suggest that maybe we are starting to exhaust to the upside based off the higher time frame. All right, so 15 is going to close back above, so still no catalyst. No entries. On TikTok, Lego, good day to you. Got a dog named Lego. No shit. That's over in Thailand. Really cute dog. Little pom, white pom. Excuse me, guys. Alrighty guys, 47 on stream. Means I should be able to get to my target of likes. Not a lofty target by any stretch of imagination, only 45, so good. Please smash the like button. Be much appreciated. And my goal is to build a community of really disciplined, emotionless traders. That is my target. That is my goal. That's what well, that's my vision moving forward. So I can definitely help you guys out with that. Yeah. DJ printing barcodes at the moment. Not much there. GA. Technically bullish. Buys closure above. Sorry, I should remove all those zones. Sells on a closure below. Flips structure bearish. Watch how easily I break this chart down. Give us a sec, guys. I'm going somewhere with this. Look at the weekly. What's that telling us? Alright, it's a week bullish. Very similar to EU, GU, and gold. Oh, high, low, low, weak bullish. Let's look at daily. What's that telling us? All right, based off that, I'd rather buy it. And the most logical point for me at this point in time is pull back to above the previous daily candles high to retest that support. Almost support above it. Look for the buys, otherwise buys upon continuation. Very simple plan. That's what I'll be following based off the way it seems the last day of the week and based off the way that previous daily closed, based off the way that current daily is actually forming. And if you're wanting to look for a sell, your catalyst will be simply waiting for M30 structure to flip below 190.329, retest, and that's your only catalyst to sell. That would be your options, in my opinion, moving forward. 3 options to trade GA today. That would be the 3 I would recommend. Nice one. Bitcoin popping back down to that support zone. Again, now I can start to plan, look for my catalyst. Once it taps in, what would I want to see? Well, it's a fair bit of volume to the downside, so at this stage I need to wait for some sort of support to form. And it could come down to how that forms in regards to what's going on within the 30-minute candle, on the 15-minute, maybe even a little squeeze at the 5-minute, but more so the 15-minute time frame. But I'd want to see a 30-minute candle closing back bullish after price taps into support. Excuse me, NBA, g'day to you. What do you think about gold buyers closure above 23.29? I still think it's best above 23.31 because in my opinion, buying into this resistance, it's that wick on a 4 hour, which is the actual highest point of the resistance on the M30. So I'd be a little bit concerned that it could reject and head back down. Yeah, so I'd say it's, in my opinion, safer above that level. And if you look to the left, it's a lot cleaner too. You start to clear these sort of indecision bearish candles as well at that point there. So that's just my opinion. Speaking of NBA, he's a Laker. Bronny. Gonna suit up with his old man. It was always gonna happen. I think he threatened to basically not join any other team if they did pick him up. Which I would have thought be draft tampering, but I'm pretty sure the other teams don't give a shit because he's apparently not that good, to be honest. LeBron James is probably going to be the first NBA player to play with his grandchildren in the same team, on the NBA team, I mean. Imagine that. He's just phenomenal shape that guy is in. Josephine, does the 30-minute candle always have to close bullish after it taps support? Look, there are times where I'll take it without it actually closing back bullish. Obviously, I have a few sort of more impulsive entries. But yes, I'd say 95% of the time I want it to close back in my direction and on a 30-minute, because the 30-minute time frame is the catalyst time frame. It's the time frame that I enter my trades based on. So to give me my confirmation, it does rely on me waiting for a 30-minute candle to close in the direction I want to be trading it within. Or if not, prior to it, so long as I've had a candle at that level close back bullish. So for instance, there's this for education, guys. So for instance, if we've got price coming back down, let's just say this support, like so. Now I've got one bullish candle closure and doesn't break on the next candle, let's just say closes back bearish, closes like a weak bearish candle. What we're essentially doing is just consolidating at previous support. We create minor resistance, and depends on the strength of that bearish candle, I may execute a buy as price begins to pull away from that resistance. You still had at least one candle closing back bullish at that point. Doesn't necessarily have to be the candle prior to entry. But yeah, I at least want to see something generally. That's a valid question. Good question. NBA makes sense with all them rejections. Like all Bronny. Yeah, it will be interesting to see. I mean, I'm not sure if we get much court time, but who knows? He could develop and become a good player. So it's Tokyo. Yeah, I know, it's beyond real, isn't it? He's been unbelievable for what, 20 years now. He's 21 years. And he's just not slowing down. He's still an elite player. Not right now, he's not the best player in the league, but he'd have to be in the top 10 still. Just to me, no problem at all. Apparently, it's his younger son who's the one that they think is the most likely to be a gun. I think he's a couple years younger, so imagine if you can wait LeBron and not retire prior to before his younger son plays. Imagine the three of them on the same court, same time. That would be huge. Franco, looking at GU sells when M15 candle closes bearish engulfing. Okay, yeah, that's a good option. It's a pretty strong catalyst. Not a great deal of margin to support, but again, we spoke about this yesterday, so I'm sure you know exactly what you're looking at, what you're doing. Yeah, he has potential. Oh, there's the younger one. Yeah, by all reports, because he's actually bigger too. Like, apparently he's taller. He's more like similar to what LeBron was out of college as far as size wise. Imagine the amount of talent in that family though. Imagine the wealth of that family. All right, bullish engulfing on GJ would be a nice catalyst on the M15. Got the hourly coming too close, so this is when I would start to pay attention to the hourly. Still below the resistance, still no solid, really strong catalyst at the moment. Yeah, its first two players picked in the draft were French. French are gonna, I reckon France might even knock off the US in the Olympics. For those who don't know, basketball is the sport I talk about on this stream, not football, what I call soccer. You're welcome to ask about it, or if you jump on the call, you're welcome to talk about it. I have no interest in it, to be honest. I follow the NBA. Alright, so GJ, it's not a strong closure, it's not a catalyst. Not much on offer in GJ. The hourly's closing. Wait and see how new hourly opens. But at this rate, not looking great for an entry right now. We're actually closing back below, so look at that. Hence why impulse entries are quite risky, and doesn't necessarily have to, but there is the chance the monthly could make a little bit more of a pullback to leave an upward. But once again, I'd just be looking for buys today. Gold, nothing. How GU close? Okay, nice. Oh, no wicks. No wicks. A little bit off-putting. Car left, not going to buy. There is a temptation to sell with GJ. Oh, yes, who you mean you're not going to lie? Yeah, Franco, that's about what I was about to say. Wait for it to pull back, crane up a week, and sell it if it breaks so low again. Exactly the plan. You know it. You know it already. Yeah, that's what I thought, Car. Yeah, I see what you mean. But again, very rule-based, very strict. That's what I preach. It's a strength. And once again, less is more. Trade this month. All up maybe a maximum of 20 times. The results just go to show it's been a really solid month once again. TikTok, if it breaks, what do you think it will run to? Him? As far as what, GJ? Because it's into price discovery territory. What I would be targeting is just the psychological numbers. So my next target will probably be at 750, 203, 750. And above, beyond that, go for flat. My dull charts are really dull at the moment. Oh, GU, look at that, Franco. Unreal, again. Does it, how often does it do it? Lower wick, upper wick, move. Nice one, Franco. Alright, what did Bitcoin do? Is it tapped in? Not quite. What I am seeing is, though, it has tapped into that support, so potentially you could start to look for some catalyst now. I still would prefer it to come down a bit lower, so it ties in with this previous resistance, which ties in with that previous support. You drag it across further, it ties in with all that to the left. So that's what my priorities would be. Wait for it to pop down a little bit lower, and then look for the option to buy it. But I do see possibility for it to bounce off the current level. I think gold, to be honest, is going to be difficult trading it today. Last day of the month, you got the high impact news to come. So you got to be really careful with gold. And I feel it's best to be picky on the last day of the week. So for me, the best option right now is actually buys above, not sells below. Would be look for buys above the support upon the pullback. But there definitely is going to be an option to sell below this support as just created. So it's created a support. It's pretty much tapped into that resistance now, the 4 hour level. Created support just below it. So if it was to continue now to the upside, it should respect the support it's just created. However, if it does begin to pop below that level there, then there's a high probability price is going to come back down towards 23.21. So you'd be looking for sells below 23.25 roughly, but you want to see a closure blow just to give you that added confirmation. So you just need to be patient with that. Be really strict with it. I'd be steering away from impulse entries. That's what I'd be looking at on gold. Now on GJ, once again, my bias is just to look for buys. Last day of the month, last day of the week, it's in a strong uptrend. I'd rather just wait for it to pop back down to form a support, previous support, and look for the option to buy it. That would be my opinion of it. And if it does, once again, approach the high and actually close above it, it's a high probability. Seeing we rejected twice, we do pop back above it again. That what we've done on these occasions back to support is just grab liquidity. If we do so again and bounce off it, hit and pop above, now if there's a high probability, we'll eventually make the move to the upside. So that's what I'll be looking at on GJ moving forward, either the buys from support or buys above the resistance. That is what I'd be looking at. You, nice one. Happy to see you, Franco. Making the move. How often do you hear me say it? Let it pop down. If it pops down, create a lower wick first and then pops back up. Not jump in if it pops straight down. No way. Waiting for it to pull back, create the upper wick. It is, in my opinion, a much higher probability entry if it does do that. So it drops down a little bit, pops back up, creates upper wick. Set yourself stop in that on that occasion. And GU, the good thing about GU and most of the majors, you get a very small risk to reward, very tight risk to reward. So look at, let's measure this. If your entry is just below this candle's low, you got 6 pip stop loss, technical stop loss. That's your target. You don't need to necessarily target 10. There's no written rule that you have to necessarily target 10, 15, 20 pips. I'm a scalper. Most of you are scalpers. Most of us will be very happy with a 1-to-1. So that's it. I like it, Franco. Well done. Great way to end another solid week. So I'm happy to see it, man. You worked hard. You deserve it. Good work, brother. Good work. Really happy. Yeah. That's it. W. It is. Absolutely perfect. Nice one, brother. Alrighty, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up at that. On that note, yeah. So buys on GJ is what I'll be looking at. Gold, maybe just sells below that support, but otherwise, just wait for it to pull back to buy it. Better sell options, I feel, is below 2,319, but news to come. So be wary of that. Obviously, with the high impact profile news, of course, PCE, it's going to be a big one. Yeah, so just to wrap it up, guys, once again, VIP is open if anyone is interested and you want to know a little bit more about it. Don't feel shy to send me a DM. You can send me a DM through the free Discord, or you can send me a DM through IG or whatever, any of the social media platforms. Make sure to join me on IG, follow me on IG, that'd be much appreciated. Join the free Discord. I'm still in the free Discord chatting away. I was in amongst it today during the Asian session, helping out a bit, so do feel free to join the free Discord. Franco, great work. Good work, my friend. Good end to the week. Yeah, so hit me up, guys. TikTok, I appreciate you guys for following, and all the news viewers and all that. I'll catch you guys next week. Will I do an update, a recap video? Possibly. I'll try my best to do one over the weekend. I can't promise it, but I will try my best. Otherwise, guys, you enjoy. That's it'll be great to chat to you from the other side over in Spain. But everyone else, appreciate the support as always. If you could, make sure to hit the like button way out if you're not already done so. And I look forward to seeing you all next week, bright and early. It's Monday morning, 6:30 AM UK time. Till then, guys, trade safe, have a good day. Don't do anything stupid last day of the week, last day of the month. Impact news to come. Cheers, guys.